Good morning, guys. It's me again. This is the children's moment for March 23rd of 2025. I'm going to make bread this morning, and you all get to watch me do part of it anyway. I'm going to try and piece this together, which I've never done on the video, but I'll try and put it together where you all can see kind of the whole process. So I start out with flour. I sprinkle a little bit of yeast in here. I add a little bit of salt because I love salty stuff, and Miss Pam says I like it way too salty, but I don't think there's any such thing as too salty. And then I put just a touch of sugar in it to kind of help feed the yeast. Yeast is kind of a living thing that you mix in with the bread, and as it, well, I won't go into it, but anyway, you need it for making bread. And then I add a little bit of warm water to it. Do you all like bread? So have you ever had fresh bread right out of the oven? Ooh, it's so good. Man alive. Okay, so now is kind of the fun part where we start to mix it up. And mix it up and mix it up. And so this is going to take me a little while to do. So I'm probably going to turn the camera off for a second while I mix and mix and mix this and turn it into bread dough. Let me see. Yeah, I better turn the camera off because this is going to take me a few minutes to do. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back again. So bread making is kind of a messy proposition, so excuse the flour that's everywhere. So after you mix it up, after you mix everything together and then mix it up, it turns into a nice big ball of dough. Then sorry about that. And then the next process is letting it rise. So I'm going to let this rise for just a little while. I'm going to do what I call quick bread today. So I'm going to let this rise. Normally we let it rise for somewhere between an hour and 2 hours, but it will double in size. You see how big this is now. Well, it will double in size as it rises. So I'm going to let it rise for just a little while, and then I'll be back again. Okay, I'm back again. So like I said, I didn't let it rise long. The trick with what I call quick bread, and it's kind of cheating, is that I put the bread into a cold oven without turning it on. And then I turn the oven on, and it finishes the rise. As the oven gets warm, the bread continues to rise. It's not quite as it doesn't rise quite as good as if I let it rise for an hour or so, but it's good enough. So okay, I set the oven. I'm starting to cook the bread, and I'll see you again in a little while. Okay, it's been, I don't know, it's been 30 minutes or so, maybe 40 minutes. Can you smell that? Fresh bread smells so good. All right, let's sit here. Let's get it out. Oh, man. Look at that. Oh. Ooh, there's nothing like fresh bread. And remember, it's just a couple of ingredients, but it's a couple of really good ingredients that when you combine them, it makes something really good. Let me get some butter out of my melted butter. So I like my bread really crusty. Miss Pam likes the inside of it that's not very crusty. So Pastor Chris is going to read today from the 6th chapter of John, where Jesus says he's the bread of life. And those who partake from the bread of life will never be hungry again. So which is the reason that I'm making bread today, because Pastor Chris is talking about that. So, but I just want you to think about how simple it is to make bread, and encourage you kids to get your grown-ups to help you make some bread, because it's really, really easy to do. You've kind of seen how I do it. But think about how easy it is, and how easy it is to understand that Christ is just like our bread. He feeds us when we're hungry. Not necessarily hungry for your belly, but hungry for your spirit. So remember that, kids. Go home, talk your adults into making you some bread, because it's really good stuff. I'll see you guys later. I've got to break some of this crusty stuff off. Oh, that's so good. I love you guys. See you later.